Really quiet.
Ready to
We're ready?
Thanks to kill deals. Oh, well.
At full screen.
And like reduce it. I feel like we have some more people rolling around there. So we'll give it a couple minutes. This will just happen. I'll have fun, but yeah. Guys. Oh, really good people wondering. Get it started.
Yeah, you got lots of seats in here, yes. Okay.
Oh. All right, we got some people wandering in, but we'll get started. Stay on time today. Welcome, everyone. First Office Man 2026. Everyone have a good New Year's, good Christmas. I mean, it went by quick, and now we're already midway through January. And hopefully, I don't know, how about you? I don't want to.
So I'll let go, bring it on.
Yeah.
Also, more the merrier.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You can go.
Can't relate.
So we get started with Pledge of Allegiance. Sorry. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
We have a fun game, a little icebreaker. Oh, wait. Okay. You can't do it. Certain people can't choose this one. So we're gonna do our giveaways as always. So if you just came in, you didn't get the business card in, make sure you see Belinda. If you don't have one, maybe you're newer, she can write your name on a card. So make sure you get that in for the giveaways at the end. We got a fun game. Julie came up with it this morning. Little collaborative effort. So we're going to do this thing where it's who's that agent. So if you ever feel comfortable and you want to be posted to this, oh, there's two. Okay. And we'll give away. We have KW swag. So there's a box at that front. If you win, just go see Julie. She'll get your size, give you something. Took me a while to figure. All right. Who's this guy?
I know. Uh,
Go. Do you want? She knows.
Anybody
She
else?
wasn't here. She can't cheat.
any guesses?
There's no John Lucas.
That's like a real
Yeah.
person?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
you got to. John Lucas.
Johnny went to me about that.
Before getting into real estate, I owned a city center for 20 years. I did bodybuilding for 18. I got into real estate because I lost my 20-year business during COVID. Took everything. They mandatory shut down for 9 months. Banks wouldn't honor my line of credit because they said I had no cash flow. Pennsylvania ruling was you're membership based, so no, you're not open, no dues come in. 60,000 a month revenue went to zero overnight. Lost everything.
How long ago was that?
6 years.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 2019.
If you want to get fit quick, go see John Lucas. All right.
Not like that anymore. Been in the gym since I lost mine. A lot of knowledge though.
Next one. I don't know who this one is. Oh, where's that? Was it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like a I don't know this one. I wasn't even. Is it Will?
Is it Tony?
No? Is it Tony?
Is it Perry? We have two. So do four. Actually, Adrian, Maddie, and I'm sorry, what was your name?
Steve.
Steve. That's right. All right. So that's funny. So we'll end up having. We'll see how crazy this gets with this movie.
As a high school,
High school graduation.
I was doing Rocky.
Has a little to learn. What year was that?
82.
82. We did that.
We're going.
Awesome.
Fail.
Thanks for sending those pictures in. Sometimes going back memory lane because we feel different ways. But how about some gratitude? I'm going to start off just with recent things. As we try to kick off the new year with just getting back in the routine. That's the hardest part. We had a weird 2 weeks long break with Christmas, New Year's, some snow in there, kids off. So getting back in the routine is kind of the toughest part. It's like, all right, the new year, we got to get going. So I want to just thank Tony, Randall, Adrian for helping me kick that off with some really good training sessions this month. We're going to be working on developing more through the ALC as to like really good, powerful ones. I don't want to get stagnant with the ones that we've been doing. I want to keep adding some good value there for all you guys. So if you have anything, actually, that's what I wanted to do. Remember we talked about the slip to give them? I want to, can you make like 3 lines and just print them? So Julie's going to give you a slip. I forgot about this. As we get into the year with new speakers, I want to make sure that we're having the right people stand up here and talk to you guys about things you want to hear. So rather than get into the same ones we hear from every year, let's hear from some new ones. So if you have anybody that you think would be good, that would want to run an office meeting, even like a lunch and learn training, we'll write them down on this. So just turn them in. It doesn't matter. And then we'll start compile them as an office, as an ALC, and we'll get them on the calendar for 2026. I want to just hear from you guys on that. That was a long-winded, grateful thing. But who else? What happened in the last 60 days? Yes.
I'm grateful for Will and for you for answering my questions when things get crazy, and we'll see where they end up.
Yeah, hope for the best. As clients can be challenging, so we're here to help. Yes, Bob.
Yeah, same thing. I want to thank you, Brian and Will, for, I had a settlement that was supposed to happen before the end of the year. Ended up going into the new year, for not a result from my buyer or the seller or my seller or the buyer, but, their mortgage company. And, just kind of a long drawn out thing, but also wanted to thank Nicole and Will for letting me use the Dillsburg office. And if anybody needs a password for the Wi-Fi, I have it now. For 5 different text messages, you know.
My didn't tell you. I couldn't even know where it was.
Things you don't think of when you go there. So, oh, that's good. You got to kick off the year with the one deal, so you're ahead of the game.
Yep, it was touch and go for a while. I was on the phone at 9 o'clock New Year's Eve trying to settle the seller down. Just settle down. We'll get this.
Yeah, and everything worked out, and it's good to go now, right? Awesome. Yes, Belinda.
Shout out to all of us at KW. We had a great silent auction, and I'll be telling about what happened, culture moment. But just a big thank you. We did a good job last year. The families we helped was awesome. So thank you for all of you taking part. And Will, I have to thank Will. I had some crazy stuff, and he answered it, and he's always so kind and it's like so mellow about it. It's like, no, you don't understand. No. So thank you, Will.
Especially when you call him and he's in Florida. And you're
I know.
That's hard. He's already, he's like, all right, I'm going. He's getting another.
Well, weren't you embarrassed when we were emailing?
Yes.
What the?
Even with the time difference, he's still available.
I know.
Yeah, we're grateful for a great broker. And I'll piggyback off, like, you forget, but yeah, we had a hell of a holiday party, guys. You guys crushed it. And I don't know about you, maybe I'm biased, but I thought that was one of the best ones. We had 140 some people, and with the silent auctions, we were able to give back and raise some money for some folks. So yeah, thank you guys for making that a blast. We already booked it for next year. We're just gonna keep it going at the same place. So it'll be here before you know it. So we'll wait till September and October to talk about that. Who else? Yes, Will.
I am grateful for Nicole, who helps me out a great deal when I'm away and when I was in Europe, and Roxanne too, for helping with some buyers and going to a clothing for me.
Good. Nicole, take it. And you were in Phoenix.
It was beautiful. I didn't want to come home. Now I know why Will goes to Florida in
Yeah.
the middle of winter.
Let's get a couple more. Phil?
I'm grateful for Andrew because he let me borrow his screwdriver the other day, and I really need a screwdriver.
Hey, it's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
I borrow his tools all the time. He just like, here's the keys, go out. His truck has a work bag in it, so it's good. Yeah, Tony.
Last week had a closing with Neil Riekert on the other side, and I'll tell you, working with somebody from the office, that was my first. It just makes life easier. Communication, support of each other. It was awesome and just made it smooth. Second one is for those that did attend yesterday, thank you for sharing and getting as deep as we got. That's all I can say. If you were there, you know. It was a great class.
Yeah, I mean, what was that, your 5th or 6th class? It's up there. But every time it's cool because there's something new. When you get more people and you get different interactions, it just develops into a better conversation. It's never been the same. So it's not like you're running in with a curriculum. You're just letting the class dictate how that goes. And there's quite a few of you guys here yesterday, so awesome people. Any more? Yes, for sure.
I'm grateful for Belinda. I've had car trouble and she's been nice enough to come get me and make sure I make my trainings and meetings.
End up buying a house back in Mount Wolf again. Let's go for first.
Definitely those she was. She did
Only
really
200 houses since.
Last call, anybody? Cool, thank you. All right, so we'll go through the belief system. Go ahead, Shannon.
Win-win or no deal.
integrity, do the right thing.
Customers always come first.
Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand.
creativity, ideas before results.
Teamwork together, everyone achieves more.
Trust starts with honesty.
Oh, look at that.
Equity opportunities for all.
Success results to be.
You're a little slow today. We'll get it back. It's cold out. So we always want to talk about the culture moments. We got a lot of great people in here that are helping give back to the community, and in return, we're trying to help support them. I know, Amanda, did you want to share about the bin that's coming?
Sure. If anybody knows at Rayak, there is the pink bin there as well. We're getting one here in the parking lot somewhere. Not quite sure where. But when you put clothing in those, those bins, it does turn into money. And that company gives back or gives us a portion. It's in weight, a percentage of how much weight they give the Rayak Foundation a certain amount of money. And if anybody doesn't know what the foundation does with that money, at the end of the year, they divvy it up to housing-related charities. So you're doing good by cleaning out your closets and donating the clothing. You can tell your clients when they come to closing to bring their clothing that they're getting rid of and throw it in the bin.
Yeah, so I think that'd be cool. I mean, as we do spring cleaning, whether you have kids, like if you're not interested in trying to deal with the hassle of selling it, just donate it. And so we'll have that bin here. They're not driving all over York County looking for one. It'll be somewhere here in the parking lot. I think we'll get it in the next 30 days.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, just by the next office meeting. We'll have it. Melinda.
So all of you know what happened over Christmas with our silent auction. We ended up getting $1,400, and we had 2 families. And Nicole, thank you to Nicole. Nicole helped me. She did shopping for one family, and I went and did the shopping for the other family. Each family got $450 worth of gift cards, gas, Walmart, and thrift store. Both of them asked for thrift stores, so you knew that anyway, so they got $450 of that, and then the rest was put into gifts for each of them. The one was the woman with a child, and she's raising her brother. The mother passed away, and that was that situation. She has basically nothing. The other family was her daughter, a mother and her daughter. They had just moved into the house. They were full of boxes. When I walked up to the door, I had gifts for her. She knew I was coming. And I gave her the gifts, and she was so appreciative. And then I handed her the card, and there were I'm telling you, they just literally moved in. And so I said, don't lose this card. It has $450 worth of gift cards in it, and I don't want it to get misplaced. And I didn't say mess, but it was a mess. And anyway, she said, $450? I said, yeah, $450. Said, you got gas cards, Walmart cards, and thrift store cards. She was in shock, and all she did was cry. She just stood there and cried, and I didn't even know what to say. I said, well, can I give you a hug? And she said, yeah. And she's like, $450? It could have been $400,000 to that. I just wish you all could have been there to see it. The other family was very grateful, but this woman was definitely in shock and was so appreciative of it. I asked her if she'd send pictures with the gifts. She said, do I have to? Because she's in depression. The woman was just in depression. So anyway, it was my Christmas present, actually. So thank you for giving me my Christmas present as well to drop off that gift. Again, you guys want to go with me? You're welcome to go with me. I get more joy out of doing some of this, and I can't pay for it. The other thing I want to tell you that we got 2 Christmas cards. They sent them to me because they see my face, but they say Keller Williams. Christmas cards thanking us for the work that we did over last year. Life Path Ministries, we ended up giving over 5,000 rolls of toilet paper. It's probably closer to 6, but I stopped counting after about the 5th carload of toilet paper, but whatever. And I see somebody's already started. I called them again this year and said, how can we help again this year? Because I don't know, they do so much work in York County. The people here, it's amazing what they do. If you don't know, you can talk to me or Tina, or you can just go down there. But anyway, the whole staff signed this card. I have notes, and very thankful for what we do. So this year we're going to do the same thing. There's my QR code. If you don't want to shop, I'll shop. You can QR or send me money Venmo, and I'll go do the shopping. Because I gotta go down there anyway, and someone's already started. So we'll do it again this year. Really, cleaning products, toilet paper, they're up to 150 rolls a day. So they say that is their biggest need, and I forget how many, we covered a few months by 5,000 rolls of toilet paper. So anyway, I didn't do the math, I just said, well, and so I said, well, was that what you'd like us to do this year? She said, yes, and then she brought up, it's the lady I work with that we do Red Day. Some of you might not know about Red Day. May, second Thursday of the month, I'm not sure what the date is this year. But we give back to the community, and last year, I don't remember how many we sent, 25, 30, I don't know, because I wasn't yet to LifePath. They asked me, are you coming back this year to LifePath? And I said, we got enough workforce. And they're like, we'll make sure, as long as we know now. So they know now, they're expecting us, so you can set your calendars, give back. It's a great, and that's what Keller Williams does. We're to do that as a company. This market center is to give back on May. Everybody does around the world, actually. But anyway, I wanted you to know that. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to bring up, Amanda, that we're getting the box here. A lot of you asked me, where can I take the clothes and furniture? I now have a furniture place. So if you have places that they just want to give their furniture, there's a furniture place here in town that actually Roxanne came across it. So Roxanne shared that with me. So anyway, thank you, and thank you from all of these people. And let's do it again this year.
Awesome. Thank you. Taking the reins on that, it's kind of neat to watch that grow the last few years and how we can give back as an office. And again, it starts here. So thank you guys for doing that and making that possible for those families. We talk about this. We team up with To The T Outfitters with Garrison. If you want some KW swag for yourself, they'll do team logos. They have all of our logos already in it. I know a couple of the teams in here. Actually, is that one too, or is that just
Plain old KW?
Yeah. So I know you guys have gotten that stuff. Rock's team's gotten that stuff. So go ahead, get your orders in. If you're even looking for some spring apparel, get that set up now with Garrison. All right, we ended the year amazingly. I mean, I've talked about the stats over and over. We like to talk about the health of the company. That just if we're doing well, you guys are doing well, everyone's happy. Like everyone's making money. So we get to talk about the end of the year numbers now, which is awesome. All the hard work created some massive numbers that we haven't seen since 2021. And with the projections that are 26 just in here, I'm not talking about Rayak, I'm not talking about Bright, just in here, we probably will shatter that record this year in 2026, assuming we stay on track and nothing catastrophic happens in the market. So we broke 100. We went to 101 gross to have to throw the little cherry on top. I got to thank Julie for that. She really was all about hitting that milestone, and I appreciate her hard work. And she snuck that 101 in. So we, I don't have the national record yet, but we were top, I think, 50 in the United States for gross and top 20 in net. And that's 800 market centers, 850. So awesome job. We had a tremendous amount of growth. So again, you guys are building a culture that people want to be a part of, and it shows in that number right there. Closed units, we did 256. That was actually our most for the year. We just missed 2,000, but we'll get there this year. Did over $500 million in sales, which is crazy to say, $500 million. Listings taken, our future business, our market share, we just missed 1,500 for the year, still solid. Listings sold 837. Listings sold volume, about half of that, a little under half of that, 240 million. The cool thing is our contracts written. Lucas? Brady to give you the highlight. Contracts written, our future business. So the last couple months have been record-breaking numbers. I mean, so to 2037 to end it, that's already starting off our first quarter in the right direction. So love seeing that. And we did 1.5 million last month in closed GCI. That's almost a record. 1.55 was the record in 21. But we paid out over $13 million. So Round of applause, guys. You guys, we need to do it all over again. So we're already starting off on the right foot, though. The producer board for December was amazing, and I did mention as we grow, I want to make sure we get the recognition out to everyone. We are working on a new producer board to kind of change it up a little bit. Battle and fast signs, we're looking at some other options, but I'm hoping to have that within the next 30 to 45 days so we start off January numbers. But let's talk about December. I mean, we shared it. I'm sure most of you guys saw it, but that individual board, you need 1.7 just to even get in the top 5. So congratulations to Jess and Petula for having, that was Jess's record month. So congratulations to you guys. Colby and Neil team, 3.7. Dave Monsor did the units at 11. Josh, we've talked a little bit this year. He had a record year. So a phenomenal job. He ended it on the right note at 1.8. Justin, he's been getting in some units here. David, Colby and Neil flipped the spots for units and volume at 4. Petula 1.8 on volume. Josh, you took number 3 on the units. Liz took the 3 on the team side. And the numbers just keep getting bigger. It's crazy to see. Mike Jones, phenomenal month again. He had a couple of those this year, 2.2 million and 6 units. Adrian, now we're getting into the big numbers. Did 9 million, just close to that 10, but that's a record month for the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Flinchball with a solid 33 units, and then our number 1 people. Jared's not in here.
He's on a cruise.
He's on a cruise.
Oh, yeah. Spending that money already. She has to know you're doing something, so he's taking her cruise. But yeah, he had a freaking month. I know Kathy and him worked really hard together on those 10 units or so. Got that done. And Flinchball got 11.4 million, and Adrian again 46 units. Another record.
Yeah.
We got to thank Amanda.
With
Got to thank the
team.
team.
Yeah, thank the team.
Oh, I don't know how you guys keep track of those files, but awesome job. So round of applause for people say I worry about the winter because of like less people, less production. That proves it wrong. Like I always said, like if people are looking in the winter, if they're looking in between the holidays, they got an agenda. They're not doing this for fun. Like spring, everyone's like, oh, spring market. It's saturated. People are just now they have cabin fever. They want to come out. They want to look at houses. Doesn't mean that they're going to buy. They want to move in before Christmas. They got a reason. So job well done, guys. K-score for anyone that might have somebody that wants to start off the year getting into the real estate business. We have a scholarship for that creates no cost to the agent. I do want to add, I might have prematurely threw that ad out on our continuing ed. It is a continuing ed year. That means in May 31st, we have to have our 14 hours done and we have to have our license renewed. So we have some time, but don't procrastinate. Wait till the 30th because we get that every year. Kaplan is supposed to be giving every Keller Williams agent free continuing ed if you want it. So if you want to do online classes, that's the option. React also does theirs in person. They have a lot throughout the course of the year. So there's a lot of different opportunities. What I've found is if you didn't do K-score as a new agent, we got to register you manually to make sure that you're in our KW system for K-score. So if you're interested in that, you have to see me, Rach, any of the leadership team. We'll get the information, we'll enter you in, and that should solve it, gives you the discount code to be able to get that forward. Yes.
And don't forget that this year you have to do a certain number of fair housing credits. So if you don't know if you've done them or not, double check with Maria.
Do you know if the fair housing is available on
So
Kaplan?
if we go right into a library and the library for the discount code gives you all the access. It'll tell you the ones that are required. So just make sure you're looking at, now you should be able to get a package deal of the 14 hours with the required stuff already in it. But just, I did do that. I think probably one of my first years of renewing, I took the courses and missed the ones that were required. And sure enough, I had to add some more hours there. So make sure you're looking at those because there are required. Was there another question? Yeah, Kev.
If we have a reciprocal license with Maryland, you have to do.
Maryland's different. I don't know what their renewal period is, but
That's your anniversary.
it's your anniversary. Yeah, I can't help you on Maryland, unfortunately, but yeah.
I know if you know.
And congratulations to Kev. He's a new father of 2 months
Yeah.
now. So
Funny story. We ran into each other at York Hospital. Me and Dave. And ended up in the elevator. And like, what are you doing here? He's like, I had a baby. What are you doing here? I had a baby too.
You guys doing the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we got some next generation realtors, right? For sure.
Today in Maryland.
Yeah, you do all. But
Oh, okay. There you go, Kev. If you have, if you're reciprocal, you don't have to do it.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions on the K-score, continuing ed stuff? No, we're good. All right, we got some new agents to welcome. Earl joined Liz's team just recently. He was from Berkshire. We have Patience Connor. You're with Adrian's team. Serenity's with Randell's team. So welcome to those new agents. We also Sonia Brewer, I think most people know that last name. She is now licensed with the Integrity First team. Chaz Ruth came over from Remax LPT. He just joined us as well. He's kicking off a good start to the year. Georgine Kaiser, also a newer agent, just finished and graduated from K-Score. Daniel and Stefania, they're brother and sister. They just joined and they're in the Keys program and Poonam as well. I think that is that it. Yeah, that's it. So welcome those agents. They joined us through in December here and some in the end of November. All right, next is training. So we talked about like those slips you got. If you want to see some certain trainings, if you think they're going to benefit you in the class, please put them down. You have certain guest speakers. I don't always teach. I'm sure Adrian, Tony, and Randall would love to give away some teaching opportunities. If you're even interested in teaching, please let me know. We definitely want to encourage that here. But the next big one, Adrian's got coming up next week. Weather pending, I guess. See what happens. Bigger. If you want to, hopefully it misses us. But if it doesn't, and we need to figure that out, we will. But on Tuesday, the 27th, do you want to talk a little bit about it? I mean, obviously it says systems routines. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've talked to me, I believe in consistency and making sure that you're doing the same sort of things over and over, and maintaining that can be difficult. So we're going to kind of share what we do on our team, and I think our results are speaking for themselves. So we're going to share that and see if we can help you guys get better.
Yeah, start with systems. If you don't have a system in place, what do you follow? So it's good to lead by example in that scenario, and they can tell you, again, we're a very open book company. I appreciate that so much. So when a team like Adrian or again, Randell or even Tony, if they want to stand up here and tell you exactly what it is that they did, come in and learn. I mean, you're going to take one thing away from it that you can implement and better your business and get your numbers better and hit those goals. So thank you for doing that for us next week. And then we have Joe's coming back. Is that on here? It is here. I won't jump ahead. Hometown, so we're going to talk a little bit today, but they're going to do a lunch and learn here on February 3rd. So the 2 Tuesdays. And so you get free food for those that like the free food option. So 11:30 to 1 over the lunch hour. You want to share a little bit about what that's going to be about?
Well.
Oh, you will? Okay. Well, then just hang tight a little bit. Next, and then Joe's coming back. So Joe on February 10th has created a new program. There it is, 5 deals, make deals, close deals. And so he's created this. He's been working on it the last few months. He wants to start beta testing it through our group. So you're going to kind of be the first ones. Feel free to critique him as much as you want, but he's going to just go more on the training focuses that he's learned, whether it was through his 18-year journey, other teams that he's met, whether it's investors, if it's just buyers, sellers, he's going to bring that in. So we're looking forward to bringing him back in, using up his time. And then family reunion. If you're going, I don't know a lot of people that are going. So it's in Atlanta. You're going. So it's in Atlanta. There's always a little happy hour from the region. So that's on the 23rd from 7 to 10. I'll be there. It's probably the easiest flight we're going to get out of the East Coast here right now, unless it goes back to Orlando. But and you can get out Harrisburg direct if you wanted to. If you have any interest in that, see me. I can give you the details. Julie did a great job of revamping the training calendar. As you see, we're now going to put them all across the rooms here in the little stand plastic cases. But we're also attaching a QR code if you want to learn a little bit more about what that is. In addition to our in-house trainings, we have some regional links, command training links, both LCAR and REX, since we have both. DocuSign training links for those that are maybe trying to finagle your way through it. Those are all going to be there. We're going to have them all throughout the office. We're going to update them every month. Compliance. Got to get back to this. Remember, compliance. We got to figure out if somebody wants to complain, how do they get a hold of Will? And it has to have your brokerage name, address, and phone number. All your compliance. If you have VAs, make sure they have a template for it. But it needs to have those pieces of information, whether it's paper advertising, social media advertising.
You need a phone number. You don't have to have the address.
You don't have to. I think I did. Okay. All right. So no address unless you want to. But so those two things need to be on there. We talked about last year. We saw decent crackdown on people. Maybe they had too much time on their hands, but they were starting to report folks, and we just don't want to see you guys get in trouble because it is costly. Vendor spotlight. So as we continue to bring in our preferred vendors, we have covered here today. We want to just let you know who's with us. I see a lot in our Facebook group that are people always asking this, that, for this, that. And the great news is we most likely have somebody for you guys. Somebody's always in there responding with referrals. Love that collaboration. But we also have preferred vendors in here that are part of the KW Keystone family. So we did get two. Basically, Bleecker Development is Jill. Jill is Adam's sister, and Jill's husband runs basically renovations, repairs, anything you really need, he can do. I've actually had him do stucco for me before. Not many people do stucco. Not that we have it here in New York as much, but so he can pretty much do it all. So if you're looking for general repairs, renovations, check him out. He can pretty much get it done or sub it out. And I don't think he's not here. And then cover painting, you guys, Chad and Brandon. Chad, there you go. You guys want a 30-second pitch real quick?
Yeah, real quick. Hey, I'm Chad. I know some of the folks in the room. I've been in real estate for about a little over a decade. We started a property management company. Boy, that business is tough. I don't recommend it for anyone. But we sold that a couple years ago, and we decided to get into painting, specifically because we were frustrated on the real estate side. We felt like we could never have a painting company we could rely on that also didn't have insane pricing. So we have about 50 painters. Every job gets a project manager. Project manager is based here in New York. So he's like the point of contact for the homeowner. Sometimes agents actually want to drive these projects. So we've seen times when actually the agent is like driving it, which is fine for us. Sometimes it's both the homeowner and the agent. Because of our background in real estate, if someone wants it painted before selling, we're extremely good at knowing what to do to get the highest price, kind of bang for your buck on the pricing side. Crazy stat for you. For every $1 someone puts into painting before they sell, they get more than $1 return on the increase in sale price. So, and then for you guys, the house sells on average 2 weeks faster if it's painted before selling, before listing. So it's kind of a no-brainer to I mean, I was not always, but most of the time the house will probably be painted and everybody kind of wins.
How do you charge your pricing? Is it like a price per square?
Price per square foot, yeah. So once you've done like 1 or 2 deals with us, you'll be able to estimate it. Brandon's here, so anything that needs done, he'll actually walk it with you or the homeowner. And how we look at it is that kind of starts the whole experience. So we want to make this like as painless as possible. It's not just what I've learned about painting, and the last thing I'll say, it's not just the paint, it's everything. It's how you treat the homeowner, how you treat the dog, if there's a dog, it's a whole shebang. So our whole thing is like we want it to be a really great experience, or what's sometimes a traumatic experience of moving is, as you guys know, it can be stressful, or someone's getting divorced or whatever. So anyway, the company's called Covered Painting. I'll be here after if anyone wants to talk to me and just kind of learn more about how we operate. Okay. But KW Elite, we've painted like 100 homes for them. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's been like a really great partnership.
That's a Lancaster.
Yeah, so they kind of encouraged us to come over here too, and we're pumped. And we're gonna get
Awesome. Well, welcome. Who here likes to paint rooms?
We're hiring. We're hiring.
Hiring. They're hiring. There you go. If you want to know the side gig, if you did raise your hand, which was 90%. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So, as you can see, we a lot of our vendors. We have a vendor list that goes out. So, if you guys need something, just check the list, and we probably have them. All right, we're good. We'll keep it down. I wanted to add one thing I forgot about the training. So next month for our guest speaker, Dave Hope's going to come back. He has a AI getting crazy right now. You said for Jeff Lovers, and they're like ChatGPT is a dinosaur right now, which is crazy because I'm just now learning it. So he's going to bring in some lead generation techniques with AI. He's going to bring in different database touching through AI, a lot of different like digital stuff. So that's going to be next month. Definitely make sure you mark that on the calendar because we're going to try to get in a little bit more AI stuff throughout the course of the year. So we're kind of sticking with the trend. That's all I wanted to add before. So there you go, buddy.
Oh, good. All right. So this is slightly out of order. So what's in the media right now? Snow, obviously everybody knows this, right? It's overshadowing. Interest rates hit a 3-year low. So if you see an article, share it, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that we've hit like kind of this low. I just posted something about it. Feel free to share it. But I think, getting the word out there will get some buyers kind of back in the mix and motivated. I'm going to run through some of the main reasons pre-approvals blow up, right? And some things you can possibly do to kind of counteract that. Most deals don't die from rates terms. They die from surprises and negligence. Predictable process, like Adrian's going to do a coaching on process. Process is everything for us, creates predictable closings. So the 4 main things: buyer stability during the process, insurance early, pre-qual versus pre-approval, and appraisal plan, right? So I'm going to take a little bit deeper dive into each of these topics, and you guys feel free to stop me and ask questions as I go. The average loan officer closes 1.7 deals per month. So there's a lack of experience in my field, right? Be aware of that, right? Inexperience runs literally rampant. And I think a lot of times we're inclined not to rock the boat on who they're financing with, right? Because they came in, they have a pre-approval letter. But just know that's the stat, okay?
For perspective, what are you closing?
Any 12 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, on a given month. It just depends. This time of year, it's usually a little slower. So let's take a deeper dive. Stability. Opening new accounts, new credit balances creeping up. I had a buyer that we pre-approved a while back yesterday, $12,000 in balance increase when we rerun their credit on all credit cards. So their debt to income ratio went from 50 to 56. No big purchases, no job chains, clean money trail, avoid cash deposits, avoid random transfers, ask before moving money. If I'm to create a process for people for this, it's buyer goes to contract, you have a handoff. Hey, buyer, we're under contract. Let me walk you through a couple bullet points. Have them sign a do's and don'ts form. Really what you want to do at that point is position the loan officer. Don't do anything without talking to the loan officer. Don't move money. Don't install cash. Don't take the gift. They run point on everything. If you do that, if the loan officer hasn't done it because they do 1.7 deals per month, right? You'll at least probably fix half of your problems throughout the year, okay? The next thing, insurance early. Insurance since 2019 has gone up 118% in price in our market. Okay. So, you know, there was a time where we would quote insurance on estimates for people and it would be like $600, $720, right? I mean, I think we see premiums that are $5,000 and $6,000 sometimes now, depending on their claims history, credit score, all these things. And insurance companies have changed a lot of like what they do and what their process is. Some carriers send a third-party inspector out. Some do drive-by aerial photos. They're looking at the property. They're seeing what the property has going on. They're looking at roof condition, roof age, missing shingles, sagging or discoloration, debris, moss, tree, overhangs, trampolines, pools. They're looking at everything through aerial images a lot of times. And it's factoring into quotes. I had one yesterday where it was like, oh, we just need to get a couple pictures on this property before we can bind coverage. The borrower sends pictures, and he happens to be a real estate investor, knows his ins and outs very well, right? Fires back, oh, that stuff on the side of the house probably gonna have to be fixed before you can settle. And I'm like, okay, like, just like that's kind of what it looks like these days. And I think if you have borrowers that are tight and you know they're tight, get them to get a quote before they write a contract because it can screw deals up real easy. Pre-qual versus pre-approval. Pre-qual, for those that don't know, is a conversation-based approval. We talk about what they do, we talk about assets, we talk about credit, we don't actually get docs. They may run a credit report. Some lenders pre-qual every deal and they'll give you a pre-approval letter, okay? They'll say, here's your pre-approval, but I've only had a verbal conversation about all this crap. I've actually done the homework, okay? So for you, it comes back to the questions you ask. What are you asking the consumer? What are you asking them? What's been done? Has income been reviewed? Have assets been reviewed? Credit pulled? That's what a pre-approval typically looks like. So even if you just are doing you're at the listing, you're showing a property, hey, just curious, you know, did your lender request W-2s and pay stubs and bank statements from you? Just want to make sure that that's all buttoned up. Oh yeah, no big deal. Did they pull a credit report? Was there any conditions on the approval? Like, did you have to file your tax returns, pay taxes? Like, you know, what is the situation? But I think the questions and implementing the questions into your process or your flow, like however you want to do it, can save deals for you, okay? Appraisal plan. I would say one thing I see a lot of is like, not all agents comp when they're writing offers, right? And I know it's a struggle in this market where you got prices are going up, things are ultra competitive. But I feel like comping it as you're writing the offer is a good plan. So you kind of know where you're going to stand. You know what the appraiser is going to encounter, right? Not saying we can't get bad appraisals. It happens all the time. But I think like that's going to allow you to create some kind of game plan, like talk to your client. Are we going to renegotiate if there's going to be an under appraisal? Are you going to bring the difference? You know, are we going to adjust the LTV because you're putting money down and you know you can fix that? Are we going to refute with the lender? I feel like this will help you with like creating last minute panic. I would say like if we have 200 appraisals in a year, under appraisals probably make up like 7 to 10% of that for us. Like just from what I literally see deal to deal. But I think like I can always tell the ones that are problematic because I'm getting calls all the time. Hey, when's that coming in? Hey, when's that coming in? Hey, when's that coming in? And it's like call after call after call after call. And I'm like, okay, they're worried about the appraisal. Like there's probably something. So that piece of it, I would say try to get ahead of as much as you can. But those are the 4 reasons. Any questions about any of that stuff? I know I went through it fairly quickly.
Good. There you go. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
All right. And we're going to have Kathy come up for hometown. They're the ones providing the lunch day, so they have some things to share with you but before their lunch and learn coming up. You guys have slides, right?
Hello, everybody. Just rolling off of what he was talking about with the lunch and learn, the fencing thing. This is a really important thing that if you have investor clients, cash buyers, just want to learn more, this is probably a pretty important lunch and learn to attend. Like we said, it's February 3rd, Tuesday, lunch is provided.
11:30, come in, get your food, you can eat while they're talking.
Yeah, like I said, our underwriter over Public's gonna come in and go over all the guidelines of what that's going to look like, what your clients are gonna need to provide in order so we can close on cash deals moving forward. This goes into effect on March 1st for the federal government, unless they extend it again.
They're not extending it, from what I heard.
So if you have deals starting to roll into February or closing closer to end of March, they're gonna start doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to outsource it to a vendor that our underwriter provides. That's gonna track down and contact your clients and get the information that they need so we can stay out of it and not be in their personal business with their bank accounts, assets, and all of that. So we need to get that set up. The vendor that we're going to use is going to reach out to your clients directly and bother them, email them, call them until they get all the info, and then they pass it to us to let us know we're clear to close, everything's good. Anyone have questions on the fence?
Is it all cash deals or just where they purchase with an LLC?
If there's no lender, it can't be hard money though either, so.
Yep.
They have to be covered by the anti-money laundering and bank secrecy. They have to be covered by that. If they are not, it will apply.
Yeah, LLCs, any entities, that we'd be looking at, and trusts, yeah, if you have a trust, they're looking at that too, and then money loans are not excluded from the fence and reporting either. So, we're doing RSVP. We would like everyone to RSVP, and you can come, and it's also gonna be available by Zoom, but for food wise, I think Julie sent stuff out, so you can RSVP, so we know how much food to get for everybody. Couple reminders, sale and settlement contingencies. We've seen a lot of these lately. And it's important, once your client's house is under contract that they're selling to buy us per se, to let us know it's under contract. Because we'll get the contract and it's 2 months out for the settlement date. We don't do anything with it. Because it's going to be expired by the time we do a search as soon as we get the contract, and then it's not closing for 2 months, we gotta do a search again. So please, 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 let us know, hey, settlement's moving up on this date, we need to coincide with the sale of their house. It just helps everything go smoother and we can get the searches out and on time. Yeah. Then, a couple other things that we've had happen recently are estates. We both each had a file where the client died the day before closing. Literally, both of us, separate files. What that looks like then is it becomes an estate. We cannot close the next day. It relies on the executors and the executrix to file the estate paperwork with the county, make sure they get the death certificate, all that, and then we're required to get that information. And that timeline usually is going to push back your closing 2 weeks, if you're unlucky, to a month. So some people think we can close a week if the person dies at hand.
Just keep in mind that once someone dies, the POA is no longer good. So in my particular case, this file, the house was sold prior to our contract, and that buyer couldn't follow through, but the person had already, the seller had already signed a deed and what have you. So I get a call from listing agent and says, hey, they're saying that he already signed a deed, can't we just use that? I'm like, he died. He's dead. How am I going to use a POA? Stop laughing at me. Sorry. No, it was ours. I'm like, he died. We can't use a document that he signed. He died. So they had to set up the estate and what have you, and it pushed our closing back not very long. 2 weeks. I mean, I had one before that the person died and the attorney was able to open the estate within a week, and we closed inside of that 2 weeks. So that's not the first time it's happened. I mean, I hate to say that it happens, but it happens more frequently than you realize. So just keep in mind, because they're like, well, we have a POA. I'm like, well, he died. There is no POA.
Is there a good estate attorney that
There's a couple. There's a couple out there. Who did they? I don't remember.
No, but I want to figure it out because he was great.
He was
very on.
Bologna's good and Clofine are both good.
Clofine is difficult, I will tell you, because and we're going to cover this, in almost every estate, our underwriters require us to do a holdback for possible inheritance tax. And what that looks like is, and I'm just picking numbers out of the air, say he tells us we have to hold $10,000. If the attorney can give us a draft copy of the tax return and they figure out they owe $6,000, we can pay the $6,000 out of our holdback. We just still hold the additional $4,000 until the state returns what's called an appraisement. That appraisement can take anywhere from 3 months, 6 months. If it is a large estate where it's millions and they have lots of assets and they have lots of stocks and bonds and annuities, it's gonna take longer because I've had them take up to 9, 10 months when they have estates that are large like that. Because the state literally takes everything line by line and goes over it. When they send it, if it says approved, accepted as is, zero owed, it's like, great, here you go. We'll write the check that day, send it right to the estate, How do people don't close the estates? Because we just had one, I think, from when Amanda was here. And it was coming time, if it's 3 years and you didn't claim the money, we eschewed it to the state. Now you gotta work with the state to get your money back. But I've figured it out. I called her and she's like, oh, I closed that account. And I go, well, you're gonna have to reopen it because I can't make it payable to you. Even though she was the only heir, it was her father, it was no one else, we cannot make it payable to anybody but the estate. So just keep that in mind.
I guess the last thing we're gonna talk about are mobile homes. There's a lot of confusion with mobile homes. We can do mobile homes. A lot of people think we can't. We can't do mobile homes if they're in a trailer park or they're paying lot rent. If it's on its own parcel with its own tax ID, we can do mobile homes. You want to add on to mobile home?
Yes, but there's a lot of requirements for our underwriters. So keep in mind, first of all, people come and go, well, can you do this mobile home? And I'm like, is it have a deed or is it a title, DMV title? No, it's in a park. They have a title. And I'm like, we can't touch it. Well, why? Because we don't insure that. I'm not a DMV notary. I can't do anything with that. If it's on its own land and it has its own tax ID number, yeah, we can do that as long as there's a lot of requirements. The main thing is we're going to ask you, and keep this in mind, because if you get someone that has a mobile home, the first thing I'm going to ask you when you call and tell me, hey, we have a mobile home, it's on its own land, and we're going to sell it this time, you go, wait, stop. Is the title retired? Is the title retired or surrendered? If it is not, we have to make that happen. So I have a unique situation right now. I don't want to talk about that one, okay? So, just because I'm not sure yet. Because it's because that's not the main building. Yes, that is a little different. So that's the first thing. So if somebody says that to you, we had another one where it was postponed for whatever reason, a month went by, they knew that they needed to get this. And when we get to the date, oh, we're gonna close, I go, okay, well, where's the title? They get me the proof I need for. No, it had a prior mortgage, you don't need that, it wouldn't have it. I'm like, that prior mortgage doesn't mean anything, because they could have missed that they didn't need to retire it. And there are title companies out there that will do that. We're just not one of them, because our underwriters don't allow us to do it. So there's a whole list of things, not a whole list, there's like 5 important things. And the main thing is that the title has to be retired. It's things I'm gonna ask you, are the wheels dropped, are they gone? Can they move that home? Can they take it off that lot? Because if they can take it off that lot, we don't want it. Because if you take the home away, what do we have? We have a piece of land, so we don't have value. But that tongue, the wheels, they need to be removed. If they're not removed, we know for a fact it's securely fastened to that piece of land as a fixed property. Cement blocks, it's got a foundation, utilities are hooked up to it, public water, sewers are hooked up, things like that. Those are not the critical things. I mean, they're critical, but they're not the most important. There are ways around that. But the mobile home title must be retired. First and foremost, you can go to Runkle's, Brummer's, any of those places, your seller must be the one to go, and they can have what's called an abstract, DMV title abstract done to see if the title's retired. If they don't have the title, I can't find it, it's whatever years old. Well, guess what? There are forms that the DMV has that you can request it and they'll work with you. And the DMV is pretty easy to work with. And I have contacts, I have lots of information. Almost always you're gonna find a VIN, right? Right, Nicole? They're always gonna find that because she had one that they dug blocks out and they found it. So as long as you have that, it's a lot easier process. But keep in mind that when you call and say, we have this, or when you know you're selling one, you can tell your seller or the buyer right away, these are things we have to get before we can do this. Or, I mean, you can write your agreement of sale, send it to us, and we're happy to help you walk through that process. But we cannot do it for you. Like, I can't do the DMV paperwork. I don't know their fees. I don't know the first thing about that. But I am happy to provide you with the forms, contact information, who you can contact at the DMV, where to go, what to get. I'm happy to help you do that. So that is a big one. I seem to get I've gotten a lot of them recently. So just so you know that, that's where you're on that. Do you have any questions on it? Do you have anything to add? Anybody have any questions on?
So the importance of, I think, 2 Tuesdays, you have the insurance guy coming in for Old Republic that basically insures your title, your transfers. But the cash thing, I don't know, has anyone heard of that yet? So I would say that's probably a pretty big thing to come to questions on, because I know most of us, whether you have investors or whether you have somebody that just has cash laying around, or even, what was the other thing of that? Like, hard money lenders. There's a lot of that right now. So I would come with your questions, be prepared, because that could stall some things if you're not prepared for that.
Well, you say stall, but, and we did cover this when we first talked about this. If all of the information is not provided, we will not close. And the reason, because guess who's on the hook for it? Brooke
Well,
and
you can't insure that.
literal. Well, Brooke and I, no, we are on the hook for it. Literally, fines, penalties, they come back to us. Well, that's not on my bucket list before I go leave this world, not, you know, but at any rate, it is critical. It's gonna happen. I don't know why the government thinks that we're gonna make the title agents accountable for this, but they did. So, and like, it's nice now that we just found out, like last week, we did a webinar listening to somebody where this company, and they work with FinCEN all the time with these companies. They've done over 150,000 FinCEN reports. It's fantastic. Now, there is a cost. We don't have those exact numbers yet, but there is a pass-through fee. It will pass through to the seller, buyer, whoever it's applying to, so.
Yeah, so if we have an LLC buyer and we use this third-party vendor to source their money, their income, all that, I think they charge $120 roughly, so that is a charge that would get passed on to that client. It is required, they have to do it. We shouldn't have to eat it.
Well, so let's look at history now. So NAR messes with us. We overcome that. Then the state comes in and messes with investors or innovations. They figure it out. Now you guys are getting messed with, and if you were here for the Steve Brown thing, the appraisal world is changing as well come May. So the best thing we can do is we're going to continue to educate guys. Please try to make these. They're going to make your life easier. That way, there's no surprises for you, but you're also the professional to your buyer and seller, so you need to also know this information. So February 3rd.
Yeah, please come, because it will, you're having the underwriter right here. So any questions you have, she's happy to answer. And she's amazing, so.
Didn't call it a question.
You can wait.
No, you can answer.
Is this gonna lengthen the time for closing?
As long as your clients are uploading the documents of the list that's required from, I don't even know what kind of stuff they want.
Here, I'll just show you this. I have it if anybody wants it, but this is just the FinCEN checklist. It's like phase 1, phase 2, foundation. Yeah. So this is just the checklist right here, 2 pages. There's 3 phases of what they need, what they're gonna look at. But we'll get this uploaded. That's why I did this. And there's a couple other things that I'm sure that she will have for us that we can get. Gotcha.
I have a quick question on the title for the mobile home. Do you have those forms also for Maryland or just PA?
I just have PA, but I'm sure we can find them. I find everything online. And if not, I ask the underwriters and they'll, you know what I mean? Like they usually have the forms. There's an affidavit. They also have to sign it. Closing buyer and seller have to sign it saying, yes, it's can't be moved. It's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. So just so you know that that's going to be there as well.
Any other questions?
I just want to say one other thing about this. Oh, did we? Oh, look at that. Oh, Those are all my papers. Look at that. Anyways, sorry. Anyway, keep going. On the estates, on holdbacks, I just want to make sure you guys understand that. That is what's gonna happen. So, you know, our underwriters, if they're not paid, and even if they are paid, our underwriter, and they're only concerned with the real estate part. So if you got a $5 million estate, but the real estate, 300,000, that's all we care about. We only hold on that, not on the whole estate. And it depends on the lineage, the family, where they are, their children, siblings, things like that, it's less. But we want to have kind of it. We know that. That's all I want to say on that, just so everybody says, because every time I get it, it's like, what? I don't know, I'm not paying that. Yeah,
And we typically would take, like, say the child is the heir of the estate, it's 4.5% for the state guideline of inheritance taxes. It's charged, so we take 1.5 times that, so it'd be 6.75% of the sales price for that situation.
For the seller, on the
seller side.
Just so I'm understanding that, if the estate attorney sends you the documentation that they have withheld, they have paid, you don't re-hold it, do you?
No, we don't hold the whole amount, but we will hold something. Until we get an appraisement that says zero.
Is that specific to Hentown? Because I haven't had that.
That's why I like to tell you ahead of time, and I will, when I send out my emails, if I have an estate and I'm sending you guys an email, I will put in my email. Please note, our underwriter may require an holdback to be done for inheritance tax purposes. And you can call me, we can discuss if it's 6 3/4 or if it's 12.5% or whatever it is, we can discuss that. But I always try to remind listing agents to let their seller know that that's going to happen. They will reduce it based on if they've made a payment, they will reduce it down.
When I did my mom's, we did not hold anything.
Yeah, there's some people.
I don't hold.
Because we had already paid it.
I recently had one and they had already paid $77,000 towards it, and what I factored in would have been like $20,000 to hold. It's an estate attorney that I'm familiar with and worked with before. If I trust that attorney, 77 was more than enough that I needed to hold. I didn't hold anything for that particular.
So there are
they paid way more than enough, you know. So if it's an attorney I've never worked with before, a little nervous with it, we'll hold it. But there's a few estate attorneys I've worked with numerous times now at this point and have a good relationship with. We do not accept attorney letters that a lot of times the state attorneys be like, we will hold the inheritance taxes, we will pay the inheritance taxes, you guys do not need to hold it. We can't accept letters like that, we hold it. Attorney. Thank you.
We're gonna do giveaways. Must be present to win. Someone stole my pen, and I'm gonna look at the guy. I'm gonna write this.
It felt like mine.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right, so, next meeting is February 18th. We have the folder. We have an expression with the transaction fee and monthly. So, you can pull the first one. Belinda.
Yeah, I don't know that I have this many cards in here. I tried to catch you, but I'm not sure. Okay. Ashley.
I knew it. Can I have the monthly? Hi, Ashley. I didn't see you were here.
No, sorry. No, not for you to drive. You drive and then you drive.
I pull my own cars. He said no. It's cheap. That's me.
Lydia, I'm here.
Madison.
It's me. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll give an espresso.
Okay,
Maybe that's how
that's fine.
You play lottery.
Maria?
Yeah.
Good to you.
Cooler, she wants the cooler.
Cooler, did you get that? Here. You can go.
Oh my God. So I'll pick something and, so what's the,
Family and transaction.
transaction? And you're.
Wait. Do you get the code? Taylor got the code.
Millie's getting a forward.
She was gonna give it to me because I never win.
I think that's it. Is that it? No, Stanley. Last one's a Stanley.
Amanda.
You got a big cup. Hi guys, food's out there. See you. We see you at the training.
Right. I'll get to read real quick.
Quick giveaway. Use on the board.
That's a quick one. Yeah, thank you. You get better. There's no doubt. Exactly. So we're the one that in the kids. Okay, if we know more words, go. That makes it easy. Thank you. I really yeah, that's right. I'm gonna ask Brian more than me. Thank you. Because I wasted all that money on my education.